Novi Sad for the Gala of Prix CIRCOM 2019.
Good evening. I'm Jovan. Okay. Good evening once again. I'm Jovana Krstic. This is David Lowen, president of the Prix CIRCOM, and this is our great band, Alexander Duin Orchestra. Welcome to Novi Sad, the second largest town in Serbia and the European youth capital of this year. Also, we are very proud to say that Novi Sad has announced as the European Capital of Culture of 2021. In case somebody missed the sightseeing of our town, let's watch a short video. Novi Sad is also the seat of RTV Vojvodina, the regional public service media which has broadcast its programs in even 16 languages for 70 years. Tonight we celebrate the very best of television programs, content and media skills from regions of Europe. We have 11 awards in different categories and one special award for co-production.
And we have the Grand Prix, chosen from those category winners, the best of the best. In all, more than 200 entries from 23 countries. It's a night to celebrate the programs which viewers enjoy watching and which this audience, television professionals from all over Europe, are proud to make. Winners and commended entrants are with us also. Each Prix winner receives a trophy, 1,000 euros in cash, plus travel and accommodation to be here. The biggest trophy is for the Grand Prix, and that also has a further 2,000 euros in cash. Each category, except one, has a winner and a commended entry. In that category, Young On-Screen Talent, we offer a working internship for a young presenter or journalist instead of cash, a really practical benefit of winning. But perhaps the greatest prize of all is the honor of being the best in Europe as judged by your professional colleagues. Judging was by 14 experts from 13 different countries meeting in Delden in the Netherlands, hosted by RTV Oost.
The first award is a special award for the best entry in CIRCOM's co-production on citizenship. This category is supported by the European Parliament. Fresh from this week's elections, to present the trophy, please welcome the head of audiovisual unit of the European Parliament, Fernando Cabajo.
The citizenship co-production is open to all CIRCOM members. It is now in its 6th year of sharing feature items about what it means to be a citizen of Europe. The judging of this category was by the co-production organisers, chaired by Alexander Pletzer.
The judging was based on the citizenship guidelines, which recommends that the information in the stories should be delivered by the citizen in action. The winner of the citizenship category is RTBF, Belgium, with the story Sans Pape. The jury found in this story the best balance to deliver the information between the citizen in action and the voiceover. The judges underline that for a so sensitive story, the paperless migrants, it is the best way to deliver the information.
Juliette, Chloé, 21 et 27 ans, deux bénévoles.
Bonjour. Bonjour, bienvenue entre vous.
Deux jeunes filles engagées dans le droit au logement des sans-papiers. Aujourd'hui, elles viennent rencontrer un groupe d'Afghans qui occupent de façon précaire une maison abandonnée au cœur de Bruxelles.
Le plus nécessaire, ce qu'on a besoin pour le moment, c'est un cuisinier et aussi les chaises.
Une cuisinière, des chaises, des petites choses à acheter. C'est la mission des filles au travers de leur projet baptisé Sans Pape pour sans-papiers.
On peut payer des charges, des garanties locatives, des assurances, d'éventuels travaux de rénovation. Mais on a envie d'avoir un impact durable. Donc toutes ces occupations de sans-papiers, elles sont temporaires ou très précaires. Et du coup, on aimerait bien stabiliser et les rendre plus pérennes pour qu'eux puissent mener à bien leurs combats juridiques, politiques, etc.
Okay.
Pour le moment, on a du chauffage.
Mais pas d'eau chaude, c'est ça?
Mais pas d'eau chaude, oui.
Ok. Au niveau électricité, tout ça, là, ça va?
Oui, l'électricité, oui, il y a l'électricité. Pour le moment, dans l'occupation, nous sommes 13 personnes et nous sommes autorisés par le propriétaire de vivre ici maximum 20 personnes.
Les sans-papiers aidés d'associations humanitaires sont allés à la rencontre du propriétaire et l'ont convaincu de leur accorder un bail que l'on appelle ici un bail d'occupation précaire.
Entrer par le port de citoyens et de lui expliquer qui nous sommes et pourquoi nous sommes en Belgique, pourquoi nous avons quitté notre pays d'origine et de lui donner une confiance.
Ça marche, en fait. La Sans-Pape, ça montre que c'est possible de donner du temps pour construire un projet commun, que les pouvoirs publics n'ont pas aidé. Enfin voilà, des gens qui sont dans une situation extrêmement précaire.
La Sans-Pape, c'est un collectif citoyen, mais c'est aussi une bière belge brassée et vendue pour aider les sans-papiers à se loger.
Please welcome the winner of the citizenship co-production, Esmeralda Labi from RTBF, the French language broadcasting in Belgium. The second category also has a very European focus. It's a category Europe, and it has a new sponsor. From BNT Bulgaria, please welcome Sevda Dimitrova, the head of International Relations Department.
Thank you. In this category, we have reports on issues which matter in all parts of Europe. It helps one part of Europe understand better the problems, pressures, and the lifestyle in other regions. And maybe they get some new ideas also. The category chair was from RTV Ust, our hosts for the judging, Bas Treffers.
In the category Europe, you're looking for a report or a feature about a topic which is quite relevant to the European identity, which can vary, of course, in a lot of ways. We got 13 entries from various countries all over Europe. And they vary from, example, an entry about the European law on card fees, which is forbidden and which most people don't know. Another example is that we had an entry about a beer fountain. I never heard of it. It seems to be the only one in the world. So, I mean, you have to kind of compare that with each other, and that's exciting. It's fun. The commended entry is about a kind of tutorial video which France 3 is broadcasting on their regional stations, and it's a video much more like you will find on YouTube. Short videos which explains very difficult European laws in very simple terms. So they want to educate actually the viewers of their stations to and make them familiar with the ways of Europe.
Prenons par exemple ce petit nounours.
Il est trop mignon.
Pour que ce mignon petit jouet ne se transforme pas en criminel pour enfants, l'Europe a imposé aux fabricants d'analyser tous les dangers potentiels et de les éviter. Et c'est comme ça pour la plupart des produits qui entrent ou qui circulent dans les 28 États membres. En principe, on ne peut pas importer n'importe quoi dans l'Union européenne.
This topic, its report, is about labor migration, but it's from another angle. It's about what it does to the home country. Young people leave their country, they abandon their houses, especially the countryside. Old people are left behind and they're getting lonely, and the houses are abandoned and are destroyed. So that's what it does to the home country, and it's another perspective than the usual one about people taking our jobs.
2017, 78.060 de români, adică exact populația dintr-o capitală de județ, nici mare, dar nici mică, au plecat în străinătate, alăturându-se celor 2,5 milioane care își câștigă pâinea printre străini. Nu realizăm amploarea fenomenului pentru că imigrația și atributul de peste tot în cote aproximativ egale. Totuși, la țară, în unele locuri, fenomenul se vede cu ochiul liber. În Faraoanii de Bacău, polul emigrației de la noi, ai senzația că lumea a luat calea codrului de frica tătarilor. Dacă începi să pui întrebări prin comună, te lămurești. Oamenii au luat calea Europei de frica salariilor mizere. Locul este unul atipic. Aici bătrânii nu sunt uitați, iar copiii își urmează părinții în străinătate. Jumătate din case au rămas nelocuite, iar cei mai mulți dintre oamenii întâlniți pe ulițe sunt trecuți de 60 de ani.
Locul de muncă, aici lucrez în Grecia, la un restaurant. La început, când încerca să învețe, aoleu, ne sună aproape de 2 ori pe zi, de 3 ori. Zic, mama, nu mai vin acasă, de acum nu mai mi-e dor de tine, te văd în continuu.
Bătrânii din Faraoanii rămași acasă au învățat să aibă răbdare. Măsoară săptămâna după numărul de telefoane primite de la copii. Știu când sosesc sărbătorile pentru că înainte vin pachetele de la cei dragi și învață cu minți să folosească telefoanele mobile. Le este greu să apese delicat niște taste cu degetele deformate de la o viață la sapă și să caute cu ochii obosiți într-un ecran strălucitor. Dar asta a rămas singura cale. Numai așa pot arunca un pod fragil de pixeli între cele două lumi, cea a satului lor, uitată de timp, și cealaltă, tot mai depărtată.
Please welcome the winner of the category Europe from TVR Bucharest, Alina Amza. under the category Most Original and Innovative. This category also has a new sponsor this year. It's NRK Norway. Please welcome from NRK, the former president of CIRCOM, Tone Kunst.
Now, to survive in a competitive and fast-changing media landscape, regional stations must innovate. To prosper, we need fresh and original content, presentation, delivery, resources, attitude. This category provides evidence of how regional public service is facing the challenge of change. The chair of the category judges was Mary Ellen Nihulen from TG4 Ireland.
A lot of the entrants were rather similar, so nothing outstanding from originality's point of view. So we opted to go for the most innovative, or the program that tried to do something different. We felt the commended program was, although quite short, they were 2 minutes programs, but all complete within that 2 minutes. You've got the Normandy landings and all the information that any student would need in going up to through the first level of education. We felt the drone shots were very engaging. They had great graphics. It was really appealing to, we felt, a younger audience.
L'opération Coup de main est lancée. L'objectif, s'emparer de 2 ponts. Bénouville, sur le canal reliant Caen à la mer, seul point de passage entre la capitale du Calvados et la Manche. Ranville, situé sur l'Orne, essentiel pour assurer le ravitaillement et la tête de pont à l'est du fleuve. En plus des soldats, les 6 avions sont chargés de jeeps, remorques et canons.
The winner won because it was a election coverage for regional elections, and it was done with a twist. So it was the producer, directors decided that to go to the people and ask the people what their issues were. Journalists used the people as a vehicle to find out what the issues were. And I thought it was a new take on what normally could be quite a long, not so engaging program.
We hebben hier goud in handen voor de provinciale politiek. Want duizenden mensen lieten ons de afgelopen maanden weten wat zij vinden dat er moet veranderen in Overijssel. Er werd massaal gereageerd op stellingen, maar inwoners van Overijssel deelden ook hun eigen ideeën. Door te reageren tijdens live-sessies online of gewoon met een handgeschreven brief. Ook maatschappelijke organisaties deelden hun visie met ons. Al die mensen vertelden ons welke files moeten worden aangepakt. Dat er meer betaalbare huizen moeten komen voor jongeren en ouderen. En dat er te veel regels zijn voor boeren. Nu is het moment aangebroken om dit koffertje met inhoud zorgvuldig te vervoeren naar het kloppend hart van onze provinciale democratie, Zwolle. En af te leveren bij de dames en heren die Overijssel de komende jaren besturen. Loslaten is moeilijk. Maar wij rekenen erop dat dit document van onze lezers, kijkers en luisteraars in goede handen is.
Ik zal het niet alleen met aandacht lezen, maar dit is, denk ik, voor velen hier in deze zaal, denk ik, verplichte kost voor de komende tijd. Zoals ik net al aangaf, ook een tijdje geleden in de studio van RTV Oost, ik vind het echt een heel waardevol initiatief.
A new take on democracy and elections. Please welcome from RTV Oost in the Netherlands, Simon Dirk Terpstra and Fieke van den Eschert.
Congratulations to RTVOs. They were our hosts for the judging and now they're winners also. Great.
So to the category Minorities in Society. This category is sponsored by France Télévisions. Please welcome to present the trophy a former president of CIRCOM, Jean-Marc Dubois.
Now this shows public service television and media at its best, creating a better understanding of those on the fringes of society who are in need, and arguing for those in power to do something to make an improvement. It is the second busiest category now in the Prix, and it's full of quality. The chair of this category is from the Italian broadcaster Rai, Carlo Di Blasio.
I was positively surprised by the quality of the entire category. All pieces were interesting. I was never bored, even for a few seconds. Everything was interesting, fresh, innovative, sometimes unusual stories, not just the usual one, which are good anyway. For instance, stories about the Jew community or the elderly people. I think this time it was very, very good. And this category, to me, is the most representative of the duties of the public service. I was caught by surprise because I usually read the notes before watching the video. And the notes said that it was about stardom, a celebrity, a singer, a star. So I expected something glamour. Instead, it was really the opposite, the other side of the coin. This woman, an elderly woman, trying to have a last chance in the stardom.
Byla jsem v Kanadě, v Hollywoodu, v Americe, Paříži, Itálii, Švédsko, Švýcarsko, Dánsko, Finsko, Holandsko, Německo, Belgie. Prostě projela jsem to hodně, ale lidi se nám klanili k zemi.
Je o ní záznam v britské encyklopedii World Music, která vlastně mapuje oblast téhleté hudby. Ale co je hodně zajímavé, o Věře Bílé psali nebo píší velké deníky, třeba britský Guardian. Jsou to profily, které se píší o, řekněme, osobnostech velkého kalibru.
The winner was shocking. This woman, under her 30 years, which went 21 times into an emergency care unit in Sweden, and each time put on pills and then released with no proper long-term treatments, with an history of abuse, violence, rape, bodily harm, suffering from anorexia, anxiety, I mean, a mental uneasiness which was treated just for a few hours in the emergency moments and that not looked after. This was really shocking.
Jag är utanför ett hyreshus i södra Stockholm. Jag har åkt hit utan att riktigt veta vad det är som väntar mig där inne. Det är Eva som vill att jag ska komma och med egna ögon se vad det är hon har försökt att beskriva för mig i alla sina mejl. I lägenheten finns hennes dotter, Sanne. Och en främmande man. Det är han som den här gången har hittat Sanne när hon varit försvunnen i en vecka. Hon har svår anorexi och ångest och var intagen på en psykiatrisk avdelning. Den här bilden tog Eva på sin dotter där.
Yes, most sadly. Who can save Sanne? From SVT Stockholm Local, please welcome winners Anna Clara Bankel and Emil Larsson. Now, let's have a musical break and listen to our traditional song, both on the Tissa or Chamats Natissi.
To davno beše, sećam se ja, kad u tvom oku prvi put plam zasja, tad si meni znala reći, dragi, pričaj mi o sreći, ne daj da zalud leti maj. To davno beše, sećam se ja, kad sam ti rekla da sam tvoja sva. To su bili dani sreće, to se više vratit neće, a još te uvek volim ja. Po tihoj smo reci tada često plovili, u malenom čamcu smo se prvi put poljubili, a sad je sasvim drugačije sve i više nikad neće biti ko pre. To su bili dani sreće, to se više vratit neće, a još te uvek volim ja. Po tihoj smo reci tada često plovili, u malenom čamcu smo se prvi put poljubili, a sad je sasvim drugačije sve i više nikad neće biti ko pre. Pokraj mene više nisi, čamcem plovim sam po Tisi, ali još te uvek volim ja. Pokraj mene više nisi, čamcem plovim sam po Tisi, ali još te uvek volim ja.
Thank you very much. It was very enjoyable. So often getting to the heart of the best story takes time, resources, and determination. This is the case for our next category, investigative journalism. The sponsor of this category is the Council of Europe. To present the trophy, please welcome Alan Drake.
Yes, this really is the sharp end of what regions do in campaigning journalism, revealing what others want kept secret. Secret to hide their crimes, secret to avoid the scrutiny of voters, secret to save their embarrassment. The chair of the category Investigative Journalism was Wojciech Malinowski from TVP Wrocław.
Investigative journalism is a job for the brave people. Sometimes I have impression that nobody likes them. From the one side, there are people who try to hide the truth. On the other side, there are the chief editor for which their work is can be a source of problems. The work is very expensive and time-consuming. But it's the essence of journalism, probably the most important one. Very good documentary, our colleagues from Ostrava, this time about how to make business on our health. Alternative medicine sometimes gives hope, but always takes money. Very good investigative journalism, but the approach is with distance and humor. It's really worth to see.
Je 16.1. Jsem objednaná k paní magistře Lence Krutilové. Nesu si sebou lékařské výsledky a doporučení na imunologické ošetření. Mám na sobě několik kamer, jednu vidíte na brýlích, jednu vidíte na tašce, je to mikrotuška, a tu poslední držím v ruce. Vypadá to jako klíčky do zapalování, poměrně autenticky. Pokoušela jsem se s tím před chvíli otevřít auto. Tady přede mnou, to, co vidíte, tu žlutou budovu, tak to je Aktip. Dobrý den, jedu k paní magistře Krutilové.
The Productions from Ireland is a very well-made documentary about the illegal trade in anabolic steroids. Through the hidden camera, we watch the criminal world's illegal production and dealers, but not only that. We also watch the consequences of this practice, a real drama of people who enter this world and their families. The very brave and important documentary.
Anabolic steroids have been around since the 1930s and were headline news from the 1970s and 80s onwards, when a series of high-profile athletes were caught doping. Anabolic steroids are synthetic versions of the male hormone testosterone, and are used to promote muscle growth. You can get them as a tablet, capsule, or as a liquid to inject. And while they were once associated with numerous doping scandals in sport, such as athletics, swimming, and cycling, steroids have now entered the mainstream.
I will be taking an Anavar cycle. This is my third time trying Anavar.
And are being used by young men and women to make them look good.
I said you want to have the comfortability to be. I can't tell you where to go or what to do.
5 a day, 3 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon.
Tonight, the reality of steroid use in Ireland. We reveal how they can be bought from online sites, personal trainers, and even from supplement shops. We examine why 1 in 5 young people say they would consider taking steroids.
I just turned 17. I was skinny fat. I went from 75 kilos to 93. It's a dangerous kind of generation we're in now.
And we look at the tragic consequences for some steroid users.
If he had heard this story about himself, he would have never took steroids ever.
A body of muscles at the price of your health. Steroid Ireland is winner of the award for investigative journalism. From RTE Investigates, producer Philip Gallagher. And now our category for video journalism. The sponsor is the BBC. To present the trophy, please welcome from BBC East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire, Jane Birch.
Now, the video journalist needs to be multi-skilled. Our category requires the journalist to use the camera and edit his or her own reports, as well as tell the story and carry out interviews. And we ask for something extra. Please show us as well how your VJ report does more than could be achieved by a normal-sized crew. How can it get close and personal and add a fresh perspective to a story? The chair of our judges is himself an award-winning VJ from Hessischer Rundfunk in Germany, Gunnar Henrich.
Every VJ had to show 3 entries, as the VJ is a skills category. The jury had not only to take a look at the storytelling, but also at the camera work and the editing. So the VJ had to demonstrate both being a journalist and being a technician. The committed is Leona Zores, and she was showing a very huge range of themes. She was telling about drug addictives, about minors, about people after a natural disaster, and she was showing a very good sense of telling the people's stories, combined with good camera work and editing, and she always was finding a matching look for the content.
Es una imagen nunca vista. Una carrera dentro de una mina.
Venga, por aquí. Arriba.
A más de 500 metros de profundidad.
En el momento que pases de pie.
50 deportistas y un objetivo. Probar que el futuro puede seguir pasando por estas galerías.
The winner of the VJ category is Sam Everett from the BBC. She's telling her stories in a very modern look. She doesn't need much text. It's the people's stories she tells. The jury has been fascinated by her excellent camera work and editing, combined with the matching use of music and graphic elements. It's the mixture of all that was outstanding and demonstrated her excellent VJ skills.
What is County Lines? It's an operation run by gangs in large urban areas. They set up phone lines to take orders for drugs. Then they coerce runners to take the drugs across counties, using teenagers to avoid detection. In smaller towns, local dealers take over a vulnerable person's home, often by force, and bring the runners to it. The drugs can then be sold and distributed from a secure location.
So it's difficult when you're caught up in that sort of thing to sort of say no. You want them out, but they just seem to stick around. Please go kind of thing. They're ruthless people. Let my family down, myself down. Yeah, I'm worried that they come back.
John is now off drugs and received help to get rid of the gang. But there's hundreds of other county lines still in operation.
The lady who is the tenant there is now deceased, but the property has possibly been taken over by Class A drug users.
This flat in Weymouth was found littered with needles and heroin.
Located nearby was this, a knife by the side of the bed.
Teenagers from a London drugs gang were found inside. They were detained and investigated further. The woman living there was a vulnerable drug user. As suspected, the gang had taken over the home after her mum had died.
Those persons that are living at those properties, sometimes they're vulnerable through Class A misuse themselves. Other times it could be through mental health, it could be through poor health, physical disabilities. Even after that person has lost everything, it may be that they've had their children taken away, they've lost their house, the drug gangs will continue to exploit them.
The complete television news journalist. The winner is Samantha Everett from BBC South in Southampton.
And Samantha continues the very strong performance of the BBC in that category.
But not all news stories are told by VJs. We're now widening to the category for all news reports. Please welcome the category sponsor from SVT Sweden, Kristina Ågren.
And the news report category last year was called News Stories for All, but the qualities required to win are the same. We still ask entrants to clarify the origin of the news report to help us judge how the regional news agenda is set. We still want to see how the report is delivered by means other than traditional broadcast, and the essence is still the quality of the storytelling. The category chair was CIRCOM's Deputy Secretary General, Françoise Herbe, from France 3 Grand Est.
The jury considered 23 entries from 13 countries this year. It was interesting to see the development of stories and techniques which worked for both traditional television and online audiences. Our commanded is safe passage. The reason we like it, it's because it encourages action by the public to stop electronic waste. It's a report in a very modern approach.
Vi har engang fundet en støvsuger, der var smidt ud, fordi posen var fuld.
Nu søsætter han et helt anderledes forskningsprojekt.
Hvorfor er det smidt væk, hvis ikke det fejler noget?
2 weekender vil Henrik Wenzel samle fynboernes elskrot ind.
Hvad er det, man ikke bruger længere? Hvad er det, der går i stykker, hvis det går i stykker? Men også, hvordan kunne folk se sig selv i et system, i et samfund, hvor mere blev sendt i spil igen?
Involuntary part-time job from NRK is our winner. There is a strong case study. She looks directly into the camera and connects with the audience. But there are also facts and figures presented through graphics.
Det her er Marte. Hun bor i dette huset, i denne leiligheten som hun leier. Hun har utdanning fra universitetet, hun liker å reise og være aktiv, hun baker rundstykker når hun har tid, og steller med blomsteren. Hun tar rett og slett vare på seg selv og omgivelsene sine. Det er ganske viktig for Marte å planlegge hverdagen sin, men det er vanskelig når hun hele tiden må være klar for å få en telefon som gjør at hun må endre planene. For Marte, hun jobber nemlig som sykepleier på dette sykehuset, og hun elsker jobben sin. Marte har et stort ansvar for livene til andre mennesker, Det er hun som gir omsorg til de som trenger det mest, og gjør alt for at du og jeg skal ha det bra hvis vi blir syke. Men hvis det er hun selv som blir syk, hva er det egentlig som skjer da? Jo, det er ikke helt lett å si egentlig, fordi at Marte har nemlig 50% fast stilling, 20% vikariat og 5% vikariat oppå vikariatet sitt.
Det setter jo begrensning for hva man kan gjøre, og hvis vi da går i en såpass lav stilling og blir sykemeldt, setter du ikke igjen med så veldig mye.
Det betyr at du hele tiden må passe på at du får nok ekstravakter til å tjene de pengene du trenger for å få hverdagen til å gå rundt. Og det er faktisk ganske vanlig. Av alle de ansatte på Nordlandssykehuset så jobber 1 av 3 i deltidsstillinger. Men det er ikke bare her. Flere sykehus over hele landet har veldig mange deltidsarbeidere. Norge bruker masse penger på å leie inn vikarer. Og for dem som Marte, som er sykepleier uten videreutdanning, er mer enn 60% av dem her i deltidsstilling på Nordlandssykehuset. Men hvorfor har sykehusene så mange deltidsansatte?
Det er egentlig 3 typer deltid. Det er mange sykepleiere som ønsker å jobbe deltid. Og så er det mange som har rettighetsbasert deltid. Det betyr at de har krav på deltid for å kunne være hjemme med for eksempel små barn. Og når de jobber deltid, så betyr det at det oppstår ny deltid som en annen sykepleier må ta.
Det går ned i andre yrker, så hvorfor ikke her?
Welcome the winner of the news report category from NRK Nordland, Benjamin Fredriksen.
And well done, NRK Nordland, winners you may remember of the Grand Prix last year.
We now come to a category which is core to the output of almost all regional stations in Europe, news program. Despite the growth of online news and social media, it still remains the moment when viewers in the region can come together and when a regional station can speak directly to its audience. This is a new category this year, and we have a new sponsor in the Dutch national news provider, RPO. To represent RPO, please welcome board member Gerard Schwitteman.
Well, perhaps the nightly news show does not have quite the dominance in regional news service that it once did. Social media especially is an option to prove how close you are to your audience, and we now reflect that in our criteria. But the daily show still rates as a key for defining a regional station identity, and it would be a brave region which dispensed with this core activity. Chair of the judging panel this year from SVT Stockholm, Nils Schüller.
I'm the proud chair of the jury that is judging the new category, which is the news program. So it's got nothing to compare with from earlier years. But I think that when you're thinking about a news program, you know exactly what we're talking about, because we are very conservative when it comes to the news program. We know exactly how they are built up. And we have been trying to look for something that is breaking these habits, something that is new and something that is a bit extra. This is the Danish entry that we've chosen, TV2 Lorry from Copenhagen, and they have they have abandoned the studio totally, and they have kicked the host, so they are making the reporters themselves introducing their reportages and reports, and that's another way of doing it, and we like that. We like it when it's another way. Is it a better way? That can be discussed, but still it's something that are surprising, and we love that.
Her i Køge er man i fuld gang med at døbe folk. Det er drop-in-dåb, så man kan komme direkte ind fra gaden og blive døbt og få champagne og gaver oven i købet.
Det kan være svært at tro, men engang var denne kobberkugle et varetegn et sted i Københavns Havn.
Men så blev den fundet som gammelt skrot i den anden ende af Københavns Havn, og i dag, ja, der gik turen så hjem.
Men vi starter med de her små bæster, for antallet af anmeldelser af væggelus i vores boliger er stigende.
The winning entry is the Spanish Buenos Dias Madrid, and we think that this is it's very live, and it's discussions, and they have got reporters around the town giving directly reports, and they are having clips and everything. It's something for everybody, and we think this is a good show.
Buenos días, Madrid. Eso que ven es imagen en directo. Ahí está la policía que ha tomado ya posiciones. Les hablamos también de Rosy, Pepi, Juani y Mayra. Son las 4. Van a ser desahuciadas en apenas unos minutos. Las 4 son vecinas de ese icónico edificio en Argumosa número 11 en el centro de la ciudad. Las 4 sin alternativa habitacional. Enseguida vamos a estar ahí en directo con ellas.
Desde el primer día, desde que pasó, estoy arrepentido de ello. Yo le perdono todo y le quiero mucho.
Tras conocer que Antonio y María ya no iban a ser desahuciados, faltaba una imagen, este abrazo entre esos padres y el hijo al que avalaron para conseguir un crédito que resultó ser una estafa.
¿Por qué aguantas que te llamen traidor?
Bueno, yo creo que no es que lo aguante, es que tengo que llevarlo por dentro.
Mercedes Milá y Jesús Calleja convirtieron la presentación del libro de Pedro Sánchez en un auténtico espectáculo. Preguntas directas y sin filtros que el presidente supo capear. Hoy las vamos a escuchar todas.
El 1.
Y ella es en carne y lleva 30 años cumpliendo con la tradición de besar los pies de Jesús de Medinaceli. Y esta noche la hemos grabado porque ya ocupa la primera posición en la cola cuando faltan todavía 7 días para besar a Jesús.
Hay muchos madrileños que hacen pis en la calle. Yo no me explico cómo hemos llegado a esta situación, porque yo desde pequeña vi que eso era muy feo.
Manuela Carmena, preocupada por la cantidad de madrileños que, según ella, orinan en la calle. Ya se han impuesto más de 1000 multas de 700 euros. La alcaldesa propone que los sancionados también limpien lo que han ensuciado.
Viernes 22 de febrero, en directo, desde el estudio 1 de Telemadrid. Esto es Buenos Días Madrid, con Verónica Sanz y Ricardo Altable.
And the winner of the new category news program, Buenos Días Madrid from Telemadrid. Please welcome producers Juan Arizmuño and Eduardo Blanco.
And talking of Madrid, it's all happening there on Saturday in the Champions League final, and I hope you'll all be supporting Spurs.
Okay?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. While talking about Saturday night, it reminds me of some fun. So why don't we make one more musical break?
No place for beginners or sensitive hearts. Then sentiment tamed into chance. No place for the ending, but somewhere to start. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Maine. Across the north and south to Gala, love for sale. Face to face, each classic case. We shadow box and double cross, yet we need a chase. A license to love, insurance to hold. Melts all your memories and change into gold. His eyes are like angels, but his heart is cold. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Maine. Across the north and south to Gala, love for sale. Smooth operator. 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 Smooth operator.
That was great. Thank you very much. We now come to the most popular category in the Prix, documentary. The sponsor is RTE Ireland. Please welcome from RTE, Joe Reddington.
Well, this is always the biggest and toughest to win of all the categories. There were 42 entries across 21 countries with more than 30 hours of viewing plus discussion for the 6 judges. And it's not just quantity. As ever, there's plenty of quality too. Regional public service media can be proud of the way it continues to invest in its documentary output. Chair of the judges was Michelle Mayman of BBC Northwest in the United Kingdom.
It was a really varied category with stories that range from the minutiae of human endeavour, looking at how people coped with extreme situations, but also people who coped with really ordinary situations, everyday life. From there, we went to huge documentaries about historical events that had great use of archive, that looked at moments in history and called upon eyewitnesses to narrate the time. We absolutely loved the commended entry. It was a gentle and patient and compassionate look at the life of a man who lived his every day the same for 65 years. But within that story, we saw all his hopes and fears, and you were able to look at how that affected the rest of us, and you could project your own feelings and purpose in life onto his life.
Appels, ja. 2 schuitjes. 2 kilo krielschoon. Ja. Ja. Ja hoor.
The girl from Utoya was Ilva. Her strength and her sense of identity and her refusal to be bowed by a terrorist event shone through this story. The storytelling was clear, it was moving, but it took you through some of the darkest places and brought you out into the light. And we went on this journey with her. You felt every moment. It was really moving.
Kjenner I bakhodet. Det noen som sikter på hodet mitt. Alle drev og rope og skrik. Og det var da jeg forstod at vi blir drept her. Jeg tok meg til halsen og så at han var helt rød av blod. Det gjorde ikke ondt. Det føltes egentlig som å bli slått veldig, veldig hardt. Og så flyr på en måte muskelen litt av da. Mistet jeg hele følelsen i hele venstre siden. Og så ble jeg skutt i magen. Og etter det ble jeg skutt i begge lårene. Og det gjorde jævlig vondt. Det husker jeg kjempegodt. Det er veldig deilig å være her jeg er nå. Og jeg er veldig glad for at jeg kan. Jeg ser jo egentlig på alt etter Utøya som ekstra. Og det er ekstra tid, ekstra år. Så det her er 7 år ekstra.
the personal aftermath of the mass terror shootings in Utøya, Norway 8 years ago. To collect the award for the best documentary from NRK Rogaland, our second Norwegian winner tonight, Eirik Gjesdal. After the serious content of news, investigations, and documentaries, let's lighten the mood. We now have the category Entertainment and Drama. The joint sponsors are from Spanish autonomous regional stations of Asturias and Galicia, TVP and TVG. To represent them, please welcome the Secretary General of CIRCOM from TVG Galicia, Fernando O'Hare.
Well, if most regional output is news and information, many stations now realise there is demand for a wider range of output. Factual programmes can be entertaining, and entertainment programmes can be based on reality. And some regions have a growing reputation for drama as well. In the chair for the category Entertainment and Drama, from RTV Slovenia, Mojca Recek.
This year we had an opportunity to watch 11 pieces from 9 countries. It offered us a rich diversity of European richness. It is hard to compare entertainment and drama, although the winner and also the commended one offered us some fresh format, so the decision wasn't so hard. It is based on a true story. Actual tragic events after the World War II in former Yugoslavia, in Serbia. 2 actors were sentenced to death because they were supposed to collaborate in World War II. So the story is the one that drew our attention, but also the way it was presented. There was this actor, narrator, who was also a part of the story. The costumes were great. We loved the way the story was told.
Oslobođenje Beograda dočekano je sa velikom radošću. Međutim, u samoj pozorišnoj kući bilo je mnogo neizvesnosti. Mnogi su doskora igrali i plašili su se za svoju sudbinu. Dobar deo glumaca je pohapšen, 10 njih izašlo je na suđenje, a neki su istreljani, bez suda i presude. Takva je sloboda bila samo u Srbiji i nigde u Jugoslaviji, pa čak ni u Evropi.
They combine science and comedy, although we are aware that comedy is not easy to make. Not everybody finds the same things funny. And the way they have dealt it, because they pair a scientist and a comedian, and the end result should be stand-up performance. And in this case, the subject was very heavy, and the judges were wondering how can this comedian manage to put up the stand-up performance, but she did well.
Ønsker egentlig at Brønnøyhallen skal gå sånn at vi må avlyse det her.
Noen av våre fremste komikere har fått en stor utfordring.
Nå vil jeg bare få det overstått, få det gjort, bli ferdig.
I løpet av 4 dager skal de læres opp av en forsker. De må forstå tung vitenskap og gjøre den morsom.
Hvor det morsomme i det her faenskapet? For det er jeg fortsatt veldig usikker på.
På den 5. dag, da skal de sette opp en latterlig smart stand-up.
Jeg er litt nervøs. Det er første gang jeg skal fremføre noe som er skrevet på såpass kort tid.
I dag, komiker og TV-fjes Siri Kristiansen, hun får det ikke helt enkelt, for temaet det er ganske så følsomt. Siri skal ha stand-up om en forferdelig dyresykdom, som nettopp har rammet et helt bygdesamfunn. Og showet det skal holdes der de som er hardest rammet bor, i Lærdal.
Inhumant, grusomt. Ja, det er vel egentlig kort oppsummert. Helt feil.
Stand-up comedy with Ridiculously Smart. The winners of the category Entertainment and Drama from NRK Trøndelag, project manager Solveig Hareide, and directors Lars Schonberg and Katrin Gaukerund.
And if you're counting, and they obviously were, that's the 3rd win this evening for NRK Norway, and I think that's worth an extra round of applause.
Our regional public service media is very much the place to find the culture of region. And that culture is found in a region's music and in the range and depth of its art. The category Music and Arts is sponsored by the Irish language broadcaster TG4. To present the trophy, please welcome its program commissioning manager and also a jury member this year, Mary Ellen Nuhalan.
Well, if news and information are the heartbeat of a region, then culture is surely its blood supply. This is a category which has grown in number of entries and in quality in the past few years. Viewers love this reflection of themselves and their region. The chair of the jury was from RTV Oost, Bas Treffers, himself a musicologist.
We had 21 entries from 13 countries, and the entries showed a wide variety, a big spectrum of craftsmanship actually from all the different countries, and they were all different craftsmanships actually. So for us, for the judges, you have to compare. For example, a concert for and by deaf people, you have to compare it with a documentary about the restoration of a cathedral, or a series of photos of a town taken by their citizens. So, I mean, how do you do that? But we are judges, so that is our job to do so. And actually, we just love to do so. Our commanded entry is a story told by the daughter of a forgotten photographer in Romania, and it's beautifully told, but the outstanding element was really the photography.
Even as a little girl at school, we had to pray at school for
for the soldiers who are fighting. And I always think, on the other side are again soldiers, and their priests are praying for them. How does God know which is the good cause? That my brother was such a great believer and said that God knows. He knows everything and he knows what to do. So perhaps he would somehow try to escape. He was a strong boy and he could do something, but he won't tell a lie because it's a sin. He told that he is a student, and then they sent him to death.
Our winner is about an art which is quite difficult to bring to a broad audience. It's about poetry. It's about a poet. So how do you make that admissible for a large group of people, of a large audience? Actually, the whole winner was one big poem. That is what struck to us, and that's why we chose it as a winner.
Ja poszedłem do pracy, Rafał nie. Ale Rafał pisał świetne wiersze, on nie musiał iść do pracy. To państwo było od tego, żeby geniusza utrzymywać, bo takie bogate państwo to było stać na to. I tak powinno było być. I on by dzisiaj był laureatem Nobla.
Mówię do ciebie tak cicho, jakbym świecił. I kwitną gwiazdy na łące mojej krwi. Stoją mi w oczy gwiazda twojej krwi. Mówię tak cicho, aż my cię nie zdbiały. Кажу тебе так cicho, jak ty mnie. Mówię do ciebie tak cicho, jak ty do mnie. Jestem chłodna wyspa dla twojego ciała, która upada w noc gorąco kropla. Mówię do ciebie tak cicho, jak przez sen. Płynie twój pot na mojej skórze. Кажу тебе так cicho, jak ty mnie. Кажу тебе tak cicho. Nauczyłem się języka polskiego przez poezję Rafała Wajaczka, bo to była ciężka droga, ale bardzo ciekawa i ona nie jest skończona. Od początku może wyglądać to dużo słów o śmierci, o jakiejś beznadziejności, a teraz widzę dużo światła w tej poezji. Кажу тобі так cicho, jak сльоза падає. Кажу тобі так cicho, jak zmорщини виразає. Mówię do ciebie tak cicho, jak ty do mnie. Mówię do ciebie tak cicho. Кажу тобі так cicho, jak ty mnie. Кажу тобі так cicho.
Poetry in black and white. Please. Please welcome the winner of the category Music and Arts from TVP3 Katowice, Dagmara Drzaska.
And delight for Dagmara, she's been a judge in the Prix and was winner of the Grand Prix documentary in 2003. So welcome back, Dagmara and TVP Katowice. And thanks also to TG4 and Mary Ellen. They will be hosts of next year's Gala and conference in Galway. and we look forward to it. Thank you, Mary Ellen.
So news, factual, entertainment, drama, culture, on screen and online. What else does regional public service media need?
It needs younger faces to attract a younger audience. It needs on-screen charisma. It needs to prove its relevance to a younger and non-traditional audience. Last year, the category Young On-Screen Talent was won by Katrin Fuglesang from TV Midwest in Denmark. Her award was not cash, but instead a great learning experience for a young journalist and presenter. Thanks to the BBC, East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire, Katrin spent a week in Hull finding new ideas and checking new ways of working.
I'm at the airport waiting for my first flight for the BBC Hull. Super excited and looking forward to showing you what I'm going through the next 3 days. I'm super excited to see what today will bring. The plan is that I will be following the news production today and see how they do it. I work as an anchor where I come from, so it'll be super exciting to see what's going on in a different location, but still with the same aim. So, what are we doing today?
So we are at a conference in Leeds, which is about an hour's drive from our studio, to hold the mic for us.
Road pricing. Is it something you support?
Well, we'll have to look at it in detail.
Humber Bridge is one example
On
of
that
pricing in the north.
So, how has the day been?
Well, it's panning out quite nicely. It's a lovely day, as you can see. It's always like this here in the north of England in February.
And how has it been like to have a Danish dead weight following all day?
You're being far too unkind on yourself. No, it's been very nice. You've made sure I'm nicely groomed when I appear on camera, and it's been very nice having the company. Very interesting to hear your ways of doing these things.
My head is just exploding, not with this white facial mask, but just with information from a very nice day.
And Katrine is right now, using her talent working on elections and politics in Denmark. We wish her every success.
Yes, indeed. So now please welcome the sponsor of the category Young On-Screen Talent, Elena Spanili from TVR Romania.
So in this category, we're looking for the face of tomorrow, an on-screen presence, character, style, which, with experience, will personify public service media. And remember, the winner has that great opportunity of travelling to another station to find out how others make television. There's no commended in this category, just a winner. The chair of this category is also from Tevere, from Timișoara, Dita Dinesh.
When I got the list, I was at the beginning disappointed. Only 40 young people coming to this category. I'm sure that in Europe there are much more young people on the screens, but maybe they don't have the courage to come in front of us. So what we looked in this category is a young talent, smiling, being very natural, prepared to make mistakes, because when you are on the screen, you have to be you. Alba Mancebo from Radio Televisia Galicia is what we decided that is what, let's say, the viewers from today needs. Young, refresh, smiling. She's doing very well interviews with all kind of peoples. So when you see her with another people, you understand that they are friends. And it's very important for me as a viewer to believe you, that you are strong, you are just you on the screen, no fear, no nothing, no other thoughts, but you are you as your mother and your father could see you every day.
Arrancamos de aquí, desta rotonda, baixaremos pola avenida García Barbón, por Policarpo Sanz, e remataremos na Porta do Sol. Ali, o alcalde, Abel Caballero, daralle as chaves da cidade ás nosas majestades de Oriente para que poidan entrar en cada un dos fogares vigueses e deixar ali todos os agasallos que teñen preparados e tamén moitísima felicidade.
Pero eu traio tamén porque a min gustame moito Salvador Sobral, pero a verdade é que foi unha das noticias máis vistas da nosa web. Veu a Gala a ritmar, esa gala que premia a poesía e a música galego-portuguesa, e sorprendeunos, pois, musicando un poema de Celso Emilio Ferreiro. Foi como a sorpresa desa gala.
En resumo, por que teñen que ver o sabor das margaridas? Porque é algo nunca visto na televisión de Galicia, porque toca temas da actualidade, porque os personaxes teñen un lado bo e un lado malo, e sobre todo porque son só 6 capítulos. 1921 é o ano no que se ambienta esta película. Agora imos poder falar con algúns deles, con Dani de la Torre principalmente, o director galego, para que non nos saiba, e a ver se collemos algún actor máis, que de feito pode que algúns non saibades que temos un actor galego que se estrea nesta película. Película, por certo, nacional, coproducida pola Televisión de Galicia. A palabra que máis veces recibimos é a que agardábamos, aparvado. Hai unha curiosidade, que a segunda palabra que máis veces nos respondestes non é recollida pola Real Academia Galega. Recibímola sobre todo de vilas da costa de Pontevedra. Apampanado. Outra das acepcións que máis veces recibimos foi alelado, voz do castelán. A palabra máis preto que temos en pronunciación no galego é aloulado, a que vos propuxemos na publicación e que, por certo, non tivo nada de éxito. Eu teño que dicir que na terra de Soneira sí que se utiliza.
A Face of Tomorrow, our young on-screen talent winner from CRTV Galicia in Spain, Alba Mancebo.
And we wish Alba and every other young journalist success and every opportunity in regional public service media. And with sponsors, TVR and young journalists in mind, it's worth recalling that the very first CIRCOM training was at the conference in Iași, Romania, 25 years ago this very week. And most of the trainers who were there are with us tonight, and I think they deserve applause.
So that completes our category winners. You heard several times from judges how difficult it is to compare entries and decide which should be the winner. So how do they do it? David, as a chair of the jury, explains.
Judging the programmes in the Prix CIRCOM is not sitting like a television viewer at home, relaxing, feet up, sitting on the sofa, and then going away if the programmes are not good. It's using a different set of eyes. But once you've viewed 100 programs, it becomes even more difficult to take that detached professional view. Sometimes I would say when viewing programs, even the professional becomes a viewer. They become deep into the program as a viewer would as well. And that actually is a triumph for the program maker, to make a professional cry while watching a sad program, to make a professional forget that they're meant to be analysing the program, but just end up like a viewer, viewing it and making it part of their life.
The judges at work. After so much work, let's make another musical break with one Brazilian song.
Brasil, meu Brasil brasileiro, meu mulato insoneiro, vou cantar-te nos meus versos o Brasil samba que dá bamboleiro, que vai gingar o Brasil do meu amor, terá de Nostro Senhor. Brasil, pra mim.
Thank you so much. And from the cross of the world, we're coming back to Novi Sad and to the very last award, the Grand Prix. The one those judges agree is the most outstanding of all the entries viewed. Maybe, as David said, is the one which made judges cry or laugh the most. This year we have a new sponsor of the Grand Prix, TVP Poland. Please welcome from the board of TVP, Louis-Jean Clayton Reklewski. And to make the announcement, please welcome now the president of CIRCOM from Vaali, Finland, Juri Kataja-Rahko.
And as you can see, Yuri has the gold envelope, and in it the name of the winner of the Grand Prix, for which there is the trophy and a further 2,000 euros in cash, and of course the greatest honor of the night. So let's ask Yuri to open the envelope and tell us who the winner of the Grand Prix 2019 is. He doesn't know.
Yet. Should I first say the region, the country, or the company? Country. It's... No. The Grand Prix goes to Norway! And the region is NRK Rogaland. The girl from Utøya, Eirik Gjesdal.
Well done, Eric.
Well done.
And especially to RTV Vojvodina and to Jovana.
And thank you for being with us here in Novi Sad. From the Prix CIRCOM until next year in Galway, Ireland. Good night.
Good night.